After more than 15 months of war, an ever-mounting death toll, and a narrow strip of land laid to waste. On the 14th of January, Gaza's health ministry said at least 46,645 people had been killed and 110,012 injured. It says more than half of the victims are women and children. But a study released in early January by peer-reviewed medical journal Lancet found that casualties in just the first 9 months of the war were underreported by 41%, with deaths already at 64,260 by the end of June 2023. The United Nations estimates 1.9 million people in Gaza have been displaced at least once. That's 90% of the population. Given the sheer destruction, many now live in tents. UN satellite imagery from September showed more than 65% of structures have been damaged. That's some 163,700 buildings. Gaza City, in the northern part of the Strip, is the worst affected, with more than 36,000 buildings damaged. A satellite assessment from July estimated the war had generated about 42 million tons of debris. That's 14 times more than all of the debris produced by the other conflicts in Gaza since 2008. By August, the UN satellite images showed 70% of Gaza's roads damaged, a factor that has complicated deliveries of humanitarian aid, while the WHO says that only 16 out of the Strip's 36 hospitals remain partially functional. The Israeli army claims to have killed some 17,000 to 20,000 militants from Hamas and other groups since the start of the war, but Israeli media have questioned the veracity of these figures, suggesting the army may not have always distinguished correctly between, quote, terrorist and civilian. Hamas losses include several brigade commanders and dozens of battalion commanders, as well as Yahya Sinwar, chairman of the Hamas Political Bureau and mastermind of the 7th of October attack. Meanwhile, at least 405 Israeli troops have died in operations inside the Strip and on the border since the beginning of the war.